testing the mic this time round. Testing, testing. Testing the mic this time round. Testing, testing. Testing, testing, 1, 2, 3. Testing, testing, 1, 2, 3. Testing the mic this time round. Testing, testing. Testing, testing, 1, 2, 3. Testing, testing, 1, 2, 3. Right, microphone seems like it's working now. Oh, god damn it. That whole stream my microphone was off. I can't believe that. I had so much useful information in that stream as well. I didn't even know the microphone was off because I was sitting there thinking, well, hold on, I've got like so many downvotes at the moment, like what's going on? And that's probably what it was. The microphone was off and I didn't even know about it. Like no one in chat even mentioned that the microphone was off and they couldn't hear me. Oh dear, so much information there that people have missed. Like there's parts of that stream in that case, if it was, there was no commentary, there's parts of that stream there where people are going to be like, what the fuck is he doing? Because I'm explaining stuff. Yeah, so God knows what happened there. I just can't believe that for that whole stream, no one could hear me through the microphone. And I did check, and it wasn't on mute, so it just must. Maybe the PC wasn't picking it up, or there was a loose connection or something. Very odd. Very, very strange. Oh, you're kidding me. So, hold on a minute, how far back has this taken me? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Right, okay. So I've just got to do a couple more warps then. Right, yeah, that'll do. Still can't believe there was no microphone there. I was that in that stream that I just did there, I was pretty much commentary and giving out useful information for the entire stream there. So I've been literally talking to myself for the last 2 hours. That's so frustrating. And would you believe it's the only stream that I've done where I haven't done the test at the start, testing the audio and stuff. So that's a lesson learned. Because I would have picked that up if I'd have tested the microphone and stuff. Oh well. Yeah, that's funny. That I can't believe that. I wonder how long that last stream was with no mic. Right, let's get cracking on. Yeah, I mean, I was the last thing that I did in that stream. One of the last things was basically trying to. I'd seen some people doing that exploit with the walker brains, but I hadn't looked at what the mechanics were, so I was just trying to work it out and explain it kind of why I was doing it, and explain that I wasn't going to sort of use the items and stuff. It was just to show you kind of that there's an exploit to try and get some nanites and stuff quite quickly. And I was explaining kind of the ins and outs of it and stuff for the people that don't know. So you would have missed all that. I'm in Ikjamatu, galaxy number 6. So I'm about to galaxy jump to number 7. I've got a few more to go before I'm in Eissentam. Now I think this is potentially where you need an emerald drive or a where you need an emerald drive or an indium drive from this point onwards, but I'm not sure. So let's just have a look, shall we? So first of all, get one of these, put that in there. So what I was trying to explain on the last stream as well with reference to this ship, because you probably saw me just sort of wandering around aimlessly, pausing the screen and stuff. So I wanted to get a few pictures of this ship and get it for myself, because these stubby nose fighters, they're kind of lengthwise in between a alpha and a rata. They're sort of halfway between the two. They're like Marmite, these ships. People either really like them or they really don't like them. There's sort of no in between. I really like these ships myself, and what I was trying to explain was the reason why I was trying to take pictures of this is because it's a vector triple thruster in quite nice colours with purple chrome. But these particular type of fighters, the stubby nose fighters, so just with one part on the end, they are arguably the fighter which appears the very least in all systems out of all the different types of fighters. And what I was trying to explain was you can easily tell that, because if you go to the index, or if you go to a group which has albums on certain ship variants or certain ship types, the stubby nose fighter is always the least documented fighter out of the whole lot. Now, whether that's because not many people like them or not, I honestly don't know. But certainly from my experience, you won't see as many of these type of fighters appearing in systems as you will all the other different variants. So if you find a decent one, like this. This is quite nice. Vector wings, triple thruster, very clean, no spoiler, and quite nice colours. They're always worth documenting because they are relatively difficult to come by. Like, I could spend 1,000 hours trying to find this ship here in these colours and probably not have any joy. So that was kind of why I was in space taking a couple of pictures of it, because I'm going to document the ship as a find. But it's very nice. It's only a C class, so it'll be a little project to maybe try and upgrade that during this stream. So yeah, and the other thing is, what I was trying to explain was in the very, not the most recent stream today, but the stream before that, I decided in the end to swap out the starter multi-tool and replace it with this multi-tool, which was the tool, if you remember, was in the space station cabinet in the last stream that I left before today's stream. And if you remember, I went to every planet. I tried to find the A-class cabinet, which I did, but then off stream I tried to see if there were any other exotics in the system that were spawned into that cabinet, and there weren't. So I just decided to pick this up, and this might be another little project of mine to try and upgrade this one, because I do like experimental tools. So that is my galaxy hopping tool at the moment. Right, so I've got that. Let's quickly top this up. Yeah, there's not a lot, and you'll find that there isn't a lot in any of the groups that you go into of stubbies, and I think it's because just there aren't that, like, trying to find a very good ship in any variant is always a difficult task, like trying to get one with the right parts and all of that. And because stubbies are probably the least spawning fighter out of all the different variants, I think that trying to find a decent stubby is quite a task, which is probably why you don't get many of them documented. And I said in the previous stream that you obviously didn't hear me in, I was saying that out of all the fighters that I've posted before on No Man's Sky Coordinate Exchange, the stubbies that I've posted, which have got sort of tie wings and no dorsal fin and stuff like that, they always tend to get sort of 2, 3, 4, 500 upvotes. So there's definitely people out there that really like them, but trying to find a good one is always quite difficult. But I like them. They're one of my, I think my favourite fighter is an alpha, and it's a close contest between the stubby and the long nose as my second favourite. I do love an alpha fighter. I haven't yet found the ultimate alpha fighter for me though, but the annoying thing is there's 2 or 3 of them that are documented by other people and found, ones that I would want. Right, hopefully we won't get a crash this time round. Yeah, I don't know what happened there with that last crash. I don't get them that often, maybe one a week, one every 2 weeks. But I know console players, they get quite a few crashes, don't they? Well, they used to anyway. Rasa is your favourite, yeah. I like Rasas. I think I'm going to keep this the starting Ressa. I don't think I'll get rid of it. The Ressa Mama was a good ship as well, like the original ship from 2016. It's a red Ressa with a box thruster, wasn't it? Box thruster and vector wings.
Radiation damage detected. Radiation damage detected.
Yeah, I can't believe no one in the chat sort of said, like, are you on the mic in the last stream? The whole stream, everyone just sitting there quiet. Can't believe that the mic wasn't working. Right, so this is a Corvette. Yeah, they're tiny, those. Has it just got the droid wings as well, like nothing else? They kind of give the Guppy a run for their money, that on smallest ship in the system. I mean, the Finwin Guppy is the smallest ship, sort of by mass and aesthetics, but only just. The Ressa there that you've got isn't far behind. It's definitely the smallest fighter anyway. Found a couple of them. I found a nice white one. Found a blue one as well. There's probably 2 or 3 that I've found. I'd like to try and find a white and chrome droid wing Ressa with a triple thruster. That'd be a nice find. So the other thing that I was explaining to people is sort of in between galaxy jumping, there's no harm. Like you can focus for a couple of hours on building up your nanite pool by ship scrapping, and obviously just spend all that time in a space station. But for me, like while you're galaxy jumping, considering it only takes sort of a minute to do each ship, just while you're in a space station, if there are any A classes in there, you might as well just grab them and scrap them. I know it's sort of getting a bit distracted, but you're just sort of killing a few birds with one stone then. So you can build up your nanites while you're going along. I won't sit here for ages just doing this, but if there's an A class or an S class there, it's just worth doing it. They all add up. Oh, you keep getting a buzz. Right, that means my battery is about to run out. Just 1 second. Oh dear, everything's going wrong today. Got such a weird setup at the moment, that's why there's half these issues. Right. So that beeping noise should be gone now. Right, B class, right. Let's get these nanites. Yeah, let me know if you're still getting that buzz. No, okay. Right. One more. Yeah, like I said though, it's a shame because in that last stream where the microphone was clearly obviously not working, I didn't know that. And there was a lot of useful information in there that it's a shame you guys didn't hear. As I was going along, I was sort of giving quite a few decent tips. It was probably the most talkative stream that I've done so far, and no one bloody heard it. It's just always the way. So that would teach me for not doing a microphone and audio test at the start of a stream. It's always the way, isn't it? The only one that I've not tested so far to date is the one that bloody ends up being a problem. Right, no, I don't need this yet, do I? I've just got to put a portal down. So I don't think I've got any Corvax relics, so I've just got to quickly go and get some from a trade post first, and then we can get going. And as I explained on the last stream as well, I'm leaving all of this tech as broken because where I'm galaxy jumping sort of consecutively one after the other, there's no real point in trying to repair all of this tech here because it's just going to get broken in like another 5-10 minutes. So you might as well just leave it as broken until you get where you want to be and then repair it, because you're not really going to die, not unless as soon as you warp into a system there's kind of tornadoes and all hell breaking loose, but that just never happens really, does it? The remembrance thing stops the damage. No, I don't know. Stops the damage of what?
Extreme heat damage detected. Extreme heat damage detected. Extreme heat damage detected. Thermal protection falling.
It's a funny looking monolith, isn't it? The remembrance thing stops the centre of the galaxy damage, does it? I don't know actually. I'm not sure. I'm not sure if I can make one of them yet. Yeah, so that was the right decision. Up goes the firework. And interact again. Right, let me just see if I can make one of those remembrance things. I don't think I can. I think you get that a bit further down the line, don't you, in the story? Yeah, that's a bugger.
Product constructed. Technology recharge. Technology recharge.
I know one of those things that you can make is something to do with black holes as well, isn't it? I think it highlights the systems on your map that have black holes in them, I think. Yeah, you've got to do the Atlas path, that's right, yeah. Well, I mean, I suppose that's worth doing if you're galaxy jumping, but that's all still stuff that I've got to do in the stream. I've got to do both the story thing or as much of each as I can before one stops. Right, so the usual thing is place a base. Rename it. So this is number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. The Dorlanger. How's that spelled? The door anger. There we go. Portal. Then do the usual sodium. get some sodium in the next stream, the next space station. So I'm not going to bother putting a thing down. Yeah, so if only one tech breaks, then considering I'm going to be jumping through quite a large number of galaxies, all of them, it's definitely worth me keeping on doing the Artemis. But it's good for the stream to do the mission anyway. I did intend on finishing the main quest line just so that people can see it as I'm going along. But at the moment, I just want to get to Eissentam, and then perhaps I'll do a big chunk of that while I'm in Eissentam doing other things as well. Right, what one's missing? This one. Well, it's worth a go, isn't it? Even if other players have had some trouble with it, it's worth just seeing if it works. Because that is quite useful. I'm not going to mess around now. I'm just going to keep galaxy system jumping and galaxy jumping until we get to Eissentam. I think from memory this is where it starts becoming important to have the emerald and indium drive, or just the indium drive, installed on the on your ship. So what I'm going to quickly do is call in this.
Product constructed. Product constructed.
Oh, for goodness sake.
Technology recharge.
It's funny that it says it's got no fuel, but every time you jump, you only use like a very small fraction of it, like less than a whole warp, like just normal warp cell. So you don't even need a freaking fuel, a full hyperdrive to get to the centre. But onwards we go to galaxy number 8. So we'll do this very quickly. We'll get these next lot done in the next 10 minutes to get into Eissentam. I'm not going to get distracted. I'm not going to stop at any space stations. I'm just going to go straight to Eissentam. So which one is this? Galaxy number 8 is Kiko Gala. Again, I'm absolutely butchering these pronunciations, I'm sure, but this one is Kiko Gala. Number 8. I can pop round for coffees when you get to Eissentam, yeah. Well, this will be take 2, wouldn't it? Took all this time to get there before in the last Permadeath series. Before some bastard killed me.
Extreme heat damage detected. Thermal protection 40. Extreme heat damage detected. Technology recharge.
Right, I do need to quickly pop to this station because I just want to collect some sodium as well as the exosuit upgrade. onwards we go. Oh, for fuck's sake.
Product received.
Right, let's get to this one. I really don't like this exotic ship. Not at all. Right, just so this is just I was explaining this in the last stream, but obviously the mic wasn't working. So I'll just kind of give a bit of useful information here. For some people it might be useful, for others it won't. But so these low atmospheric planets or moons, yeah, they're called either dead planets or low atmospheric planets or abandoned planets, and so on and so on. They have whispering eggs on them generally, and sometimes fauna and stuff. So you know where you are, and obviously you can just sort of float upwards and downwards. Now these planets, they do not have any minor settlements whatsoever. So if for instance you reload a save on this planet and it spawns a tool into the space station or wherever you're looking for a tool, you can't search for that tool on these planets or moons. You've got to spawn the tool and then go elsewhere to another body and spawn the tool into their cabinets. Now, the other thing is with these planets is they are the only place in the entire game where you actually get the true colours of your spaceship. So if you get in your spaceship and you fly relatively close to the ground and then just get the sun and hit the sun so it's on your ship like this, yeah, that there is the truest colour of your ship, and it will be the only place in the entire No Man's Sky universe that will give you the true colour of your ship. So you'll see this is not an orangey red, it's not a light red, it's not a dark red, it's red. And it's a very, very clear black with silver. Yeah. Now, a lot of people assume that this page here shows the true colour of your ship. Now, this side, when you point to your ship towards the left-hand side of your screen, this is not the true colour of the ship. So always ignore this. but this side is as close to the true colour of the ship as you're going to get, but it's not the true colour. The true colour is exactly what you see here on these low atmospheric planets. And what you'll see is all the top ship hunters, people like Postman Tom and all people like that, they pretty much exclusively, I certainly know Postman Tom does, but they will exclusively take pictures of their ships on these planets. Because these, as I said, these are the only places in the entire game where it shows the ship's true colours. So if you've got like a colour of a ship and you're a little bit, oh, is this sort of a yellow, or is this orange, or is this a blue, or is this a purple, and you're a little bit in between, fly it to one of these planets here and go into camera mode while you're still in the atmosphere of the planet. Obviously put the sun on one side of it and you'll see the true colour of the ship. And it will, and sometimes you'll be very, very surprised at actually what colour your ship is. Because in various different systems and in various different lighting, it can look extremely different. And I mean it can look very, very different to what you actually think the colour of your ship is. And you'll see that on some ships, like a pink that isn't noticeable in a normal camera view in a standard system or a normal planet, will stand out like a sore thumb on this planet here, because it shows all the colours off on the ship and it is the true colour of the ship. I'm not sure exactly why it's the only place in the game where you get to see the true colour, but it's something to do with the lighting on these planets is always the same. It never changes, no matter what system you're in and what colour the system is. That has no impact on the colour on these planets. So this is the only place in the game where you'll see the true colour of a ship. So again, that's just a little bit of useful information there for people that enjoy ship hunting and stuff. If you're a bit stuck, kind of on what uh, on what colour your ship is, then just come to one of these planets and you'll see. Yeah, they're called dead planets, low atmospheric planets, abandoned planets, and there's about 4 or 5 different names for them. They're normally used for people that just want to build like a low orbit base. This is a glitch item planet. So these are normally called metallic planets. Yeah, mechanical planets. Sorry, mechanical, not metallic. So you can just scan the one fauna as usual, and then upload that, and then it counts towards this milestone at the bottom. This one here, because you've now just discovered all of the fauna on one planet. Because it's only got one fauna, that's all you need to discover. So it's nice and easy. But you can collect these. You'll see they're a little bit smaller. You'll get, like, most of them are really big, but the ones that you can collect are quite small, and they're always hovering just above the ground. I'm not going to spend any time doing this, but you kind of get the drift. This is one of 11 different glitch item planets that you can pick these things up on, and they're really just used for aesthetics on a base, like using them as base decorations. But like I've done with a few builds, you can integrate them using glitch building into the actual base structures as well, which is quite good. These ones are particularly quite good because they look quite sort of sci-fi. Just seeing if I can see one which yeah, they're normally quite a bit smaller. There's one. So these are the normal size ones all around me now. But these ones, they hover just above the ground, and they're a lot smaller. Then you can just go up to it, and it's got a yellow glow. Like most of the glitch items have some sort of a light that glows, normally yellow or green, whereas these ones they don't. Yeah. So then you just literally do that, and you can pick them up. But they bet that quite a few of the glitch items are a lot easier, and it's a lot quicker to find them just flying around. If you know what you're looking for, you can see them quite well. I'll just show you another example. I won't actually get down and grab it, but just so you know what you're looking for. So these are all big. Thought that was one there. There's another one there. See how you can see the difference? It's just down there, look. It's quite a lot smaller, and it hovers just above the ground. So yeah, that's that glitch item. Right, I'll just quickly pick up the exosuit upgrade, and then we'll jump into the centre. I'll get rid of all this crap as well. So in part 1, Iron Des, and welcome to the stream by the way, the microphone wasn't working for the entire stream and no one told me, and the trouble is I didn't do a test at the start, so I didn't know that the microphone wasn't on, and so it was that you had game audio in the stream but no commentary, which is a shame because I did an awful lot of commentary in that stream which was completely wasted. But oh well, you live and learn. And the other thing is the game crashed. So at the end of the stream, the game decided to crash during a warp animation. So this is galaxy number 9. One more to go. And then we're back to where we were when we left off in the last Permadeath series before some arsehole killed me. Yeah, it will be going up, but I don't control that. YouTube controls the upload, like in terms of how long it takes, because once you do a live stream on YouTube, I mean, there's probably ways that I can control it, but it just automatically, as soon as the stream finishes, it will upload that stream to the channel, and then all I have to do is sort of, if it is in a playlist, or you know I need tags on it, I've just got to add all of that. But it definitely uploads, but because generally the streams are sort of between 2 and 3 or 4 hours at a time, they take quite long. I've got quite good internet, but it's not the best. My upload speed is about 20 megabytes Mbps, and my download speed is about I think it's about 200. Yeah, it's about 200, something like that. So it's not the best out there, but I mean, it definitely more than does the job. But because of, I guess, that bottleneck, it's my internet speed and YouTube which controls that, not me. So if you do sort of go back and watch that stream, you'll probably see some parts where you're thinking, what is he doing? And that's obviously where I'm explaining things. So it's unfortunate that, because I did have quite a few sort of good, useful tips during that stream. Right, just going to find a rich economy so I can, there we go, that'll do. So I can find the portal. I just like, there's no real reason to have a portal in a rich economy system. That's just sort of a habit really of me. I just prefer to have everything in a rich economy really. So I'll just quickly grab the exosuit upgrade here, and then we will yeah, I'll locate a portal in this system. Right, now my controller's playing up again. What is going on here? For fuck's sake. Sorry, just 1 second, people. Right, back. Controllers. This controller I've got is on its way out. It's a wireless controller, and it's definitely knackered because the connection just keeps cutting out, which is a real pain in the arse. Some people say that if you see a multi-tool appear with like crystals, it means it's got a higher chance of there being like an experimental or a alien rifle or whatever in the system. All I'm going to say to that is bullshit. Doesn't mean anything. It means absolutely nothing. That be purely coincidence if there was a experimental or rifle in this system. Des for the win, lol. Yeah, it is. It's just total bollocks. That doesn't mean anything. There's definitely some truth in if you see an experimental or alien tool in the space station cabinet, it's always worth, no matter the class, it's always worth looking and seeing what else is in the system. Because you do find that quite a lot of the time there's another one in the system. Because what you'll actually sort of discover with this game is, like, if you pull into a space station, for instance, and sorry, let me just sort this out because I don't want to die. It's this one, isn't it? Yeah, this one just in case. Yeah, so if you basically pull into a space station, yeah, you might see. So, all right, put it this way. A couple of streams ago, I explained that when it comes to fighters, right, Viper fighters pretty much appear in every single system that you visit because they're really, really common. Yeah. As are snow speeder variants of fighters, but there's fighters like the Rata, the Longnose, the Alpha, and probably the least spawning of the lot is the Stubby Nose fighter. You don't see them as commonly as you do with snow speeders and Viper fighters. The game's RNG, and I understand that, but this is just the way it is. It's always been like that. You won't see anywhere near as many Longnose fighters per system as you will snow speeders and Viper fighters. However, what you'll see with this game is if a Longnose fighter does appear, a lot of the time you'll see another type of Longnose fighter in that system. Because it's RNG, but I think that this is just my personal view from a lot of hours of experience and hunting, that it is RNG, but there's like a certain seed in that system that spawns a certain ship or tool or whatever it is type. And what you'll see is that there'll be 2 or 3 different variants of the same sort of thing in each system, and it's the same with tools. You'll see like a standard rifle appear in a cabinet, and probably more often than not you'll see another 2 or 3 different coloured rifles, almost identical in terms of the type, but just slightly different colours of the same sort of variant of rifle. And it's the same throughout every system that you go to. You'll see, not all the time, but more often than not, you'll see more than one of each of the things that appear. And it's the same with experimental rifles and alien rifles. If you see an experimental or alien rifle in the space station cabinet, regardless of the class, it's worth looking at all the other planets, because there is a good chance that there's another one of either an alien or experimental in that system, because the seed may pull the same sort of variant tool and just give it a different colour and maybe add a few different parts to it. So it's always worth checking if you see one of those appear. But when it comes to crystals or horns on standard tools, total bullshit. In my experience, I've never ever seen any sort of link or anything to suggest that because you see that, you've got a good chance of seeing an alien or an experimental. Basically, prove me wrong on that, because at the moment I'm not convinced. So yeah, I mean, if you see a ship that you like spawn, like an alpha or whatever, and you know the colours look look good, but maybe not quite the right parts for you, be patient and wait around, because the chances are you might see another alpha come in, but with different parts that you might like, because it happens a lot, more than enough for it to be a coincidence. Sorry, I'm just looking up what galaxy this is. Galaxy number 9. L Tynesly. Right. Forgot to name the last galaxy. Portal base that I put down. Oh well. Galaxy number 9. How's this spelled? L. Time. There we go. Right. I'm not going to bother putting anything down. Let's get straight on.
Technology recharge. Technology recharge. Technology recharge.
Because the next one is Eissentam,
Technology recharge.
I think.
Technology recharge. 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 Technology recharge.
Des FTW, how do you do that? How do I do what? Yeah, only a B class, but it might be an A class that's spawned into a B class cabinet. So Crash Test has just put, I've just found an alien multi-tool in the space station, chestnut brown with a big green crystal, only B class. So obviously entirely up to you, but if it was me, I would be searching. If it looks like a good tool, I'm not, like, me personally, I'm not hunting as many pistols these days as what I used to, unless they're really, really stand out, like with with plasma tubes, horns, and stuff like that. So yeah, I'm quite picky now about pistols, but if it was me and I like the look of the gun, I would be looking for the A-class cabinet, or at least trying to rule out whether that tool is a natural B-class or a natural A-class. And the only way of doing that is if you do a search planet side and you start a search, if you see it appear as a C, it's probably a B class, so you can forget about it. But if you continually see it spawn as an A class, it might be a natural A class which is spawning into the B class cabinet there. Because if you remember, I've said it a few times now, but the natural class of a tool, for instance an A class, it can spawn in cabinets one class above or below its natural class. So an A class can spawn as an S class, one above, or a B class, one below. And what you might have there is, remember again I said every now and then, most of the time, kind of at least 7 or 8 times out of 10, the space station cabinet is generally the natural skin of the tool. Like, in very, very general terms, it's normally the natural class of the tool, but every so often it isn't. And what you'll find is that the natural class of a tool isn't actually what the cabinet is. It might be a natural A class spawning one class below into that space station's B class cabinet. So that's entirely up to you what you want to do in terms of a search. But if it was me, if I like the tool, I'd be at least trying to rule it out, because it may still be obtainable as an S class.
Starships deleted.
Des says find out what galaxy you're in. Oh, you can't find out what galaxy you're in unless you're in this here, the galaxy map. So, like, see at the top left of the screen there, it says El Tynesleen. But I know by number what galaxy I'm in. Like, I know, I don't always know the name, but I know the number. So all I'm doing is I've got the No Man's Sky wiki page up, and it lists all galaxy names and numbers from 1 to 255. So I'm looking at number 9 because I know I'm in 9, and it's called El Tynesleen. But obviously, the only way that you can see that in game is by looking at the top left of your screen now in the galaxy map, and you'll see there galactic core, El Sign, however you pronounce this, El Tynesleen, and then it's got the distance to the centre. That's the only way you can do it. I'm not using like an app or any sort of trick for that. You just if you search for an A class or an S class. So Crash Test has asked, when I search for an A class or S class cabinet on a planet, how do I maintain the space station pool? Well, first of all, just to make sure that you've definitely got the space station pool currently in the pool, reload a save on the space station. So that's the first thing that you do. And then the second thing you do is just don't reload a save anywhere else in the system. So as long as you land on the planet and look for just cabinets on that planet, so so if you're trying to find out if your alien pistol is a natural A class, all you should be doing now is finding a suitable planet to conduct a search on. So ideally a planet that's maybe got no storms, no aggressive sentinels, a lush planet or something like that. Once you find a planet that's suitable, fly down to that planet and then unlock all of the building types with the commercial maps. So you'll have 6 on your HUD, 6 different types of buildings, and then only go to the minor settlements and just keep going to each minor settlement until you see that tool either continually spawn as an A class or you see it spawn once as a C class. As soon as you see it spawn as a C class, forget about it instantly for S class, because it will never appear as an S class. But if you see it more often than not appearing as an A class in cabinets that you're looking through, the chances are it's a natural A class. So then you just keep continuing to do the search. But as long as you don't reload a save on any of the planets or the moons, the space station pool will stay as the default pool in the system. And it's always the default pool. So if no matter what planet that you portal into in the system, so when you see somebody's glyphs, it will always generally be for planet 1 or the planet where the ship or the multi-tool is located. But it doesn't matter what planet that you portal into, you'll always portal into the space station pool of tools, which is why sometimes you'll see instructions on people's finds saying do not reload, because as soon as you enter the system, if they're telling you not to reload a save, it means that whatever they've found, it'd be multi-tool. The multi-tool that they've found is part of the space station pool. So when you get told to reload a save, that's because the tool that you're after is going to be part of the planet or moon's pool that they're instructing you to go and look on. Sometimes I don't explain things all that well, but I hope that sort of makes sense. And I can't call the bloody freighter in, so I'm going to have to change the freighter on the anomaly. Yeah, well, good luck. You could find an S-class in one hit. It's happened to me many times. I've been quite lucky with that. Certainly doesn't happen a lot, but there's been quite a few times where I've just the first minor settlement that I've gone to look for a multi-tool, it's instantly shown as an S-class. It's happened quite a lot actually. It's not certainly doesn't happen a lot, but it has happened quite a bit. Okay, right, I need do want to get a really good guide out on multi-tools. Like, I do know there's, you know, obviously quite a lot already out there. Like, a lot of people have posted, you know, quite decent, to be fair, videos of sort of guides on multi-tool hunting and stuff. But it would be nice if I can do one as well, because yeah, I mean, my way is more or less the same way as anyone else, but I might have a different take on it, sort of thing. But it's just kind of getting it like that. That's probably going to be like a 20-minute video. I can't see how, like, there's certain YouTubers that have covered multi-tool hunting, but they've done it in like a 5-minute video. Um, I I just don't think that you can properly cover everything that you need to know about the ins and outs of multi-tool hunting in a 5-minute video, because it is quite an involved process to understand basically the mechanics around it, as well as showing exactly what you need to do and what you shouldn't do, in terms of the process and stuff. But it's just a case of getting like a script together for it, doing the video and doing all of the kind of admin work, such as editing the videos and stuff, and sort of linking all the different videos that you'll have to do for it together. I mean, it takes a long time to do that, and particularly with my work now is really starting to pick up once again out of this pandemic, so my time on this game is going to start becoming quite limited again. It already is, to be fair. I'm not getting anywhere near as much as what I want to. Right, so this, yay! There we go. We are in Eissentam, my home. This is my baby. I love this galaxy. This is my favourite galaxy in the game. So, let's see what sort of planet I spawn on. Will it be another lush? Surprise, surprise. It's just full of lush planets, this place. Absolutely love this system. The last one I came into, it was a lush. This one looks a little bit better. You just cannot beat Eissentam. What makes it better, as in Eissentam, it's just a lush galaxy. Like, it's different. It's similar, but it is different to Euclid, because Euclid isn't classed as a lush galaxy. So I'm going to get all this back now. Yeah, so Eissentam is one of quite a few different lush galaxies that you can go to. And what you'll find is, more often than not, most systems that you go to will have what is going on here? Hold on. Bollocks. I didn't change multi-tools, did I? So what you'll find is, more often than not, when you jump different systems, there'll be at least one. Normally, in most systems, there'll be at least one lush planet, but potentially up to every single one of them could be a lush planet. And you'll rarely see that in somewhere like Euclid. the other thing is you'll see a lot more bioluminescent planets in Eissentam. You'll see a lot more white grass planets in Eissentam. And just generally for me, I've always found I've probably got almost a literal 50-50 split in my gameplay time between Euclid and Eissentam. Like most of my gameplay has been in either Euclid or Eissentam, probably just a bit more in Euclid. But I tend to have more luck with everything in Eissentam, and that's probably just totally coincidental. There's probably no mechanical rule or reason why that is the case. But for me, I just find a lot more better things in Eissentam than I do in Euclid. And that's not just tools or ships, that's everything. Planets, creatures, that's more binary star systems, more tri-star systems, you name it. It just seems like it has a lot more of it. So yeah, I've always considered Eissentam my favourite galaxy. And you know, how often do you jump galaxies and end up on a lush planet? It just doesn't happen unless you're in unless you go to Eissentam. Yeah, it's a cool place. What is going on here? I've just repaired all this. Was that my suit? That was my suit I repaired, wasn't it? Silly sod. But that's fine now because I'm going to be staying in here for a little bit now until I find, yep, crash test knows the crack, until I find myself a nice white grass planet. It's got to have decent sky as well. And the other thing is you'll find a lot more lush planets with no storms, even on Permadeath in Eissentam, and any lush galaxy to be fair, but like you'll find more paradise with less storms or no storms, and nowhere near as many aggressive sentinels, which you see a lot of when you're on survival or permadeath. So yeah, this is my baby, and this is a bioluminescent planet as well, I think. So if I go to night time, yeah, it's green. Doesn't look like it's got any water though, but still, it's nice. Lovely view. Right, so let's get to a rich economy quickly. I'm just going to put a base down at the at a portal. So let me just quickly find a rich economy. Yep, that Gek will do. Right, so how many planets are in this system? Just 2. Right, well that's not a very fair test. But let's just see if any of these are lush. No, doesn't look like it. Cactus flesh. Desert, and that's a fiery planet. Is that an Oculus? Just quickly see what colour this Oculus is. Looks to me like a red. Oh no, it's a pink. So just so you know, this is actually my favourite freighter in the game. This system freighter here. So I have this freighter in white and black on about 3 or 4 saves, but this has got the square storage and it's got Starscream wings at the back. I prefer the polyhedral spiked wings, and I prefer the long cylindrical barrels. But the thing that I like about the freighter is A, not many people have them, so they're a bit different, they're not as common, and B, if you actually look at it, it is modelled on the Discovery 1, which is the ship from 2001 A Space Odyssey. So if you look at, just on Google, type in this 2001 A Space Odyssey film and the ship, you'll see what I mean. This is basically based on that ship, as are quite a few of the ships in this game, based on different actual sci-fi film ships. But yeah, they're really cool, those Oculus freighters. They're my favourite. But because I've already got quite a few on different saves, I'm going to get as I did in the previous Permadeath, I'm going to get a Venator for this. I'll tell you what I'll quickly do as well. This is purely for information purposes and for new players. Right, yeah, so forget about all that for a minute. What's this? Just wait a second. No, I don't like that. Right. So with these system freighters, if you wanted to get one of these freighters as your main freighter, as you'll see, let me just take out these wasps. Just 1 second. So in each system there's 2 to 3 different variants of system freighters. So this freighter here is the Enterprise freighter, so it's based on like Star Trek essentially, and you can see it's got a moving part underneath. Let me just show you. So you can see the cog underneath there is moving. So I think that's the only freighter that has a moving part. You'll see it on that one there as well. So every system has 2 to 3 different varieties of system freighter, generally all in the same colour, and you can board them. But only one freighter in each cluster you can board. So you can't board this one, but you'll see you can board this one here. But then if we quickly go over to here, here is the other type of system freighter. Now, as you'll see, this would be potentially the one that we're after, but we can't board it because in this cluster of freighters, again, we can only go on this one here, which is another Enterprise. So if you were looking for an S-class system freighter, like if you wanted this freighter here, the Oculus, as a S-class freighter, all you've got to do is, once you've found a system that you like the look of a freighter in, you just pulse, and you come out of pulse kind of whenever you want, and then just do a little look around, right? So you just do a little look around, and in the distance you might see a cluster of freighters, and if you don't, just keep flying around, and eventually a new lot like that will warp in. Yeah? So you wait for them to all warp in, and bloody wait for these pirates to finish. So just 1 second.
Hostile ships approaching.
Right, so once you've basically dealt with all those wasps, you then go to the next cluster, which I'm at now, and as you'll see, only this one here is now available. So this is the third system freighter in this system. So we've got this type, we've got the Oculus here, and we've got the Enterprise here. But in this cluster, the only one that we can board is this one. So we don't want that one either. So what we do is, just again, I'm just showing you here what to do so that I can prove how it works, is you keep pulsing for like 4 or 5 seconds so you're well away from it all, then come out of pulse again, just look around for a cluster, because you can sometimes see them before they warp in. Right, so there's a group over there on the right. So we'll quickly go to these ones over here. Looks like there's an Oculus there. Now, which one of these is going to be boardable? This one. So it's this one again. So we can only get on this one. So again, pulse away, And you've just got to keep doing this until you see the freighter that you want, but can also board that freighter. And what you'll probably find is that you'll actually, again, it is RNG, but in my experience, and I've hunted a lot of these freighters in S-Class, it will take you a hell of a lot quicker to get yourself an S-Class system freighter than it will waiting for the capital freighters to spawn. And not only that, the maximum cost for a S-Class system freighter is just 25 million as well, so that they are a heck of a lot cheaper as well if you're worried about money. So in this cluster there's only this type and this type, so we can only board again that type. So I'm not gonna carry on because it's quite repetitive, but you get the drift. Let's just do one more, because I know what my luck's like. We'll get an Oculus, I'll land on it, and it'll be an S-Class. So last try. But you will definitely be able to board at some point one of these Oculuses.
Hostile scan detected.
It's definitely a high conflict system, this one, isn't it?
Warning. Threat detected. Hostile ships approaching.
Right, there's another lot I've just walked in, so let's see. Who have they just disappeared to? Teasing me there, they were. Just one last lot. Come on. There we go. So this is the Enterprise. So we'll leave it there. But this one here is, so this is the only option in this cluster. But yeah, so that just gives you an idea of what you can do. But you will, if whatever freighter that you see in the system, as in like the variety of freighter, you will definitely be able to board that freighter. You've just got to keep warping until you get to a cluster that allows you to board that particular freighter. So don't be put off by the fact that you can't, because you can. Right, so let me just put a portal down. No worries, Crash Test. I'm going to be calling it a night in about 10 minutes myself as well. It's nearly 1 o'clock in the UK now. In the morning, that is. Thanks for joining though, Crash Test, and enjoy the rest of your week. Now, would you believe it? Is this a... no, it's not a white grass.
Units received. Weather warning. Incoming storm.
Incoming firestorm. I'll quickly show you something that you're unfortunately never ever going to not be able to see now. I'll show you. Let's just wait for some fire. Right. Oh no, not there. But look how rubbish this is. Come on, where's their fire?
Protection falling. Protection falling. Extreme heat damage detected. Protection falling. Technology recharging.
Can't see any fire.
Technology recharging.
It's annoying. I was just going to show you some really poor graphic animations with this fire that you sometimes see on these really hot planets. It's like playing a video game from the 1990s, 1980s. basically 2D. Bosh. Right. Oh, I can't make that anyway. Not gonna bother. Right, I'm gonna quickly just fly out to space. I'm gone sending to outer space to find another race. Call it the anomaly. And I'm gonna save and end the stream on the anomaly so that I'm get on with a few missions, get on with a little bit of the Artemis mission in the next stream, start building up to basically get a new freighter, but whilst doing that and obviously building a cluster of different tier 3 economy systems, I'm going to be looking for the white grass planet where I want to make a really nice home base and get settled in Eissentam for a little bit before moving on to the next 200 odd galaxies. So yeah, it's quite late in the UK now. Apologies for the very first stream and not having the audio and the microphone working, so that was obviously very annoying for people. Shouldn't ever happen again because I'll make sure I do a test, but much appreciated. Next stream, I'm not sure when the next one will be. I'm going to hope to try and get one done perhaps tomorrow evening, or possibly Thursday, but I'm not sure yet. So just keep an eye out as usual between sort of around 2 o'clock or around 6 o'clock, and yeah, you'll see if I'm on or not. So many thanks for everyone joining. Des, Crash Test, Iron Daz, Rubus Roo, anyone that's been lurking, all the trolls out there that keep downvoting my videos as well. Thank you for joining, and